You know, if I had $1, seriously, for every segment that I've ever done on exercise and diet plans and so forth, I probably wouldn't be here. I'd probably be on vacation right now. But the trick is finding something that works, something you trust, something that has lasting results. Well, Dr. Sherry Franklin joins us once again this morning with media personality Chip Franklin, and who's been a good friend for years now.
No relation.
And no relation.
No, it's my mom.
And we want to talk about a program that you know the name. We want to explain to you today why, if you've ever thought about losing a few pounds or a lot of pounds, why you should call the folks at Medifast. And Doctor, let me just start with this up front. If you can start with a plan that's developed by doctors designed to be safe, that's probably a pretty good place to start, isn't it?
Well, that's why I'm a spokesperson for Medifast. I really believe that it's a program that you can, one, count on to get the job done. Two, it's safe. It's been proven efficacy through thousands of patients, and I just think it's the way to go. It keeps you on track. There's one-on-one counselors to help you through it that you see once a week, every single week, that walk you through everything. It's really important to have an all-encompassing program and not just have one piece of the program. That's what makes it so people can't complete the goal.
Right. And let me point out, too, that you're a pediatric endocrinologist, diabetes, obesity, and metabolism specialist as well. So this is right
That's a lot of big words.
That's a lot of big words. You notice I looked down at my notes, too, Chip. This isn't like radio where I can do this with a microphone.
Okay,
yeah. I had to cheat. And I guess the point being that you've worked with Sherry, Dr. Franklin, and you know that she knows what she's talking about here.
Well, the whole Medifast program is based on science and then information that they know that works. So when they came to me, they said, you look like you'd be a perfect candidate for Medifast. And first you go like,
what a compliment.
What a compliment. But they're right. You know, it was interesting because I was on the border. I've gone up to like 225, right? I'm like almost 6'1". So I thought that was a lot. But I'd done that in college when I was lifting weights and everything, but this was not that same kind of weight, right? So they approached me and they said, would you consider, going on Medifast and telling your listeners about it? And I said, well, I'll try it. And then, it was amazing because it took me about 11 to 12 weeks and I lost 42 pounds.
Wow.
And 5 years later, I've kept it off.
Okay, now that's the thing.
Yeah.
Why do you suppose you kept it off? Because I can lose the weight. I'm up to 235, I don't mind telling you, and I'm not 6'1". right now, so it's time to get serious about this. I've lost several human beings in weight over my lifetime, but haven't kept it off.
It's counselors mostly. It's a great plan, but there's people that you go back to that help you. Part of it is that you don't want to disappoint them. You know that feeling?
Sure.
Like you're part of a program.
Yeah, accountability.
You're held accountable.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it really does work. That's the part I love. Now, so recently, as of this past January, I'd put about 12, 13 pounds back on. So I went back on Medifast, and a little bit less than 2 months, I got it off again.
Now, did you talk about the reasons, and Doctor, do you talk about the reasons why sometimes we put the weight back on? And sometimes it's not just a lack of discipline, and that there's other things going on in our lives that doctors may be a little more in tune to.
There's no question that anxiety, stress, tumultuous events in our lives.
Do you have any stress this last year, Chip? This is my buddy. You got to know this. We're friends, okay? It's we go through periods in our careers that are challenging.
Yeah, no doubt. In this business, in any business, we just went through a recession. A lot of people have a lot of stress, and it's hard. And they get away from because they're so. And you know this better than most, Doc. They get away from what they normally do,
right?
And then they put the weight back on, and they feel lost. And that's what's the thing that really works with Medifast. And so many people, because my sister lost 100 pounds on it. I ran into, I'm not kidding, dozens and dozens of listeners that would come up to me and thank me like I'd actually done anything. All I did was tell them about Medifast, and they went. But they felt like it was a match that got this whole burning desire forward. And then with the counselor and the food and the people there, it really, when you meet everybody there afterwards, especially in the first 3 or 4 months, it's like a family reunion. You feel so good. These people got you through something, and the confidence you get back and everything, it's just amazing.
Now, folks, and I'm remiss for not having told you this up front here. If at any point you're hearing something that's really resonating with you and you're saying, hey, you know what, I've got to give that a shot, they're offering 20% off your program. Today and today only. It's seriously during this segment. I know you hear a lot of those offers, 20% off a program, and in the back of your mind it's probably good anytime you call, as long as it's not the case here. This is a very special offer just for San Diego Living viewers today. So don't sit around and think about this or ponder this too long when you've got a chance to get 20% off the program today by calling Medifast right now, doing it today, and you know, even before the show's over this morning, and get this done.
You know, this is interesting, Tim, and I know you'll be able to talk to this. Every story is unique, but the reason I lost this last like 14 pounds, I had a physical. And he said, you know, your cholesterol is bumped up a little bit, and mine is directly related to weight. Now, everybody's different, but mine was so I got it back down. Cholesterol went right back down to normal, and that's not unusual,
what are
right?
some of the other health benefits? I mean, we all want to look a little better, feel a little better, but let the doctor talk about the health benefits. I mean, you know, even if you're thinking, well, I don't look so bad, what are we risking by not losing the weight?
You know, you're risking diabetes, earlier heart disease, high blood pressure, obviously cholesterol and triglyceride problems, and that's the metabolism portion.
Right.
And you know, one thing I really like to switch back to, I mean, it's obvious, we all know the benefits of being at an ideal body weight. I mean, that you live longer, but it's not just that. You feel better. I can't tell you how many people I speak to on a daily basis that when not even when they get to their goal, but just when they've started on the program or embarked on changing their lives, they feel better about themselves. It makes their outlook on living better.
And you make this so easy for folks right in the beginning. I mean, how tough was it to get started? They provide everything, don't they?
Well, the hardest thing of any event like that is just the first step.
Walking in the door.
You know,
right.
Calling the number right there and taking that, go down, meet with them, and then you leave that day going like, I'm in control of something again. You know, and that's what right?
And I've done it too. I had a little tune-up issue that I needed to do. You know, there are people who are just remodeling their homes and they end up living somewhere and eating out all the time.
Right.
You know, it doesn't necessarily even have to be a horrible stress. It could be a benefit in your life. But when you start eating out more, those hidden calories will kill you. And that's what happened with me. So I needed to lose about 10 pounds, and this was exactly what I needed.
Well, folks, again, this is not for the first 10 callers. This is for anybody that can have the nerve to get up and make this call right now and say, I need help, and I think Medifast is the program that can do it for me. You get 20% off of the program, but you have to call today.
Are you going to do it?
Decision today. You know,
I'm putting you on the spot.
You're putting me on the spot. I think I may have to, because at this point, it's really becoming a serious health concern. I mean, it's really starting to worry me that I've hit, I'm heavier than I've ever been in my entire life. And yes, this last year has been very stressful, and I think that probably has a lot to do with it. But
you're
you know
worried
what?
about, you know, but the thing is, I know you, and I know you can do it. It's not that, and the thing is, it's not all the weight right at once. It's a slow progression. For some people, it comes off a lot faster than others, but it's coming off, and it kind of feeds upon itself, you know.
Well, I've got that picture of my granddaughter posted on my Facebook page this morning. I just posted this morning. I'd like to be around, you know, like for her graduation and for her wedding. You know, so I mean, I don't know what everybody else's motivation is, but you know, I've got one that I'm looking at right there. You know, a couple of kids and a wife that they say they'd like me to stay around. I'm not sure. They keep asking me if the insurance is paid up, though. Should I be concerned? Folks, 20% off of the program. And do it today. Do yourself a favor. Do your family a favor. And like the doctor says, you'll start feeling better immediately, long before you even approach that goal weight, and they'll help you through the whole thing. So, again, thank you so much. Chip, you're a guy. Okay. You're a good man. You really are, and it's good to see you. And it's good to see you healthy. Dr. Franklin, thank you again so much.
Thank you.
And again, we're researching the family tree. I'll bet you're related somewhere back in there. For more information, you go to san-diego6.com, you click on San Diego Living, but remember, you have to do it today. 20% off of your Medifast program for San Diego Living viewers.